Hello, everybody, and welcome to Final Show Films. I'm John, your executive producer here, and thanks for tuning in to watch or listen to whatever it is you're about to watch or listen to. In these trying times, we really do appreciate everyone that feels that we are worth their time, and we hope that we're able to give you something entertaining to while away the time as you spend it. We particularly want to thank those of you that feel like we're worth financially contributing to, particularly our $25 and up supporters on Patreon, who are Antitonic, Drevian Alexander, Cat Waterflame, Rowan Parker, and Samantha Bates. Yes, I read that off of a list. Thank you very much for supporting us. I know that in these uncertain times, finances are tough for everybody, so that you're willing to donate to us means a lot to all of us here, and we thank you. That being said, please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We're live, as I went to the wrong booth first. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Star Wars The Twilight Nights. I'm John. I'm your game master for the evening, and also the person that looked like they haven't slept in a week in the video intro prior to this. Joining me today is Craig, who is muted.
You muted. Nope.
Now we can hear you. There we go.
Okay. That was random. It was apparently a headphone issue. Hi, I'm Craig. Ironically, I am playing the tech expert of the group, Crack Tulpa, the Sentinel Artisan.
If we could all have things ironically go wrong that sort of like that match with your character, that'd be great.
And I think we need to clear the destiny pool.
We do. Aaron.
Hi, I'm Aaron. For the moment, I am playing Kitty, the group's medic, who has I have constant health issues. Does that count as something going wrong?
I think you have to kill someone.
The way that sentence flowed and the way that my brain cut it off,
There's no one in my apartment right now to kill. Sorry.
My brain interpreted that as I am Aaron for now.
That's probably how I said the words. I'm playing Kitty.
So the API seems to be once again not cooperating. So let me open up the API registry, which will cause it to start working. And while I'm doing that, we'll roll Destiny once I get the API working. Jack.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jack, and I am playing Graztafa, the Wookiee Xi'an expert, who is running.
Error downloading scripts. Probably no scripts exist for this campaign. That's a lie.
That's useful.
Starting the sandbox. Spinning up a new sandbox.
John, you have to call out who you want to do stuff next.
Oh, Mara. Sorry, I'm fixing thing.
That's okay. Hi, I'm Mara, and I'm playing Neres, the droid counselor healer.
We have one light,
and
two
now
light,
we
one
can
dark.
roll Destiny.
Okay. And it already looks like it worked. So we've got.
Mm-hmm.
I did the wrong thing. Sorry, that was me. Wrong button.
Roll Destiny, not use light side.
I got a dark side.
Okay.
Even split, 2 and 2.
All right. And Holly.
I'm Holly. I'm playing Avazia. She's a pureblood Sith, Juyo Berserker.
And what do you roll for Destiny? One dark side.
Dark side.
And William.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm playing Corsarath, the Sith pureblood Makashi duelist who got 2 more dark side.
And is anybody over 80 or below 20 on morality?
I'm over 80.
All right, go ahead and flip a light side for me as your preternatural calm, especially as opposed to your natural state of irritation and volatility, is causing people to be uncomfortable. Just use light side.
Okay.
And you are now
trained for being over 70 or just 80?
80.
80. Once you get over 80,
you can swap alignments if
Yeah,
you weren't
so
using his light side or red.
at 70 or 30 is where you change from either light to dark or dark to light, depending on where you're going. At 20, you gain a wound. You gain 1 to your wound threshold. At 80, you gain 1 to your strain threshold. At 10, you gain 2 to your wound threshold. And at 90, you gain 2 to your strain threshold.
Got it.
We will not have Jeremy this week. Things have been happening, and our thoughts are with Jeremy and his co-workers and families. Star Wars, The Twilight Nights, Episode 14, Consequences. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, the year is 3643 BBY, or before the Battle of Yavin, 10 years after the Treaty of Coruscant was signed. Anyways, so before we dive into the game proper, I'm going to explain the death mechanics, because death is a little bit complicated in Edge of the Empire, and also not very clear. So there's some inferences that have to be made. What I am about to lay out is how I am going to be handling death in this game. It is not necessarily how every Edge of the Empires or Force and Destiny or whatever game master will handle death, but this is how we are going to be using it at the moment and going forward until further information corrects me later on down the line, but not in this session. There are 2 ways to die. 1, after you fall unconscious, your wound threshold gets to, your current wounds gets to double your wound threshold. That will kill you. 2, you take a critical injury that deals, that you take the critical injury that is death. Kitty, go ahead and roll a critical injury because you took one when you went unconscious.
Mm-hmm. That's in the combat tab, correct?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh wait, no, it's in the critical injuries tab.
Or that.
there is a difference.
Is there any offset beyond what's going to automatically happen in this case?
No. Nope.
Okay. I am crippled.
All right. Limb crippled until healed or replaced. Increase difficulty of all checks that use that limb by 1. Okay, so this is how this scene is going to work. And that is the last of the knowledge that you as players have. Greg, your crab droids are still on the scene and will still be able to do things. You will tell me what you want them to try to do, and I will determine how well that goes, and I will ask for rolls when they need to do rolls.
Okay.
Outside
You
of
want me
that,
to-
well, let me finish the setup first.
Sure.
Outside of that, you guys will not know what is happening, and because your crab droids do not have the ability to communicate with you right now, you won't know whether or not they're successful in what they're doing. But you will know that they are doing something.
Okay.
It will take, if you do nothing but run, it will
Yeah.
take 8 maneuvers to get from where you are to the ship. If you
Okay.
do nothing but run. You
Okay.
are free to think of ways to get there faster, if you have ways to get there faster, and what the crab droids might be doing in the background might help you get there faster. I will be rolling the attack and damage and crits for Kitty privately. So you will not know the status of Kitty until you arrive.
Okay.
What you know right now as players is that Kitty has... Let me take a look real quick. Kitty has 19 of 17 wounds. Once Kitty gets to 34, Kitty will be dead. If a critical injury does not kill Kitty before that.
Right.
Soak still applies when you're unconscious, and there's a chance that the guy just misses every single attack.
Mm-hmm.
We will be using initiative, so let's go ahead and roll initiative.
I know that in general you're rolling for me privately. Would you like me on the tracker or no?
No, you're not going to be on the tracker because you're not generating a PC slot because you're unconscious.
That does
Remember
make
to remove all difficulty before rolling initiative.
Yes.
Thank you, Jack.
Are we
Am I-
rolling cool or vigilance?
This will be vigilance. You were not prepared to be running back to the ship.
Yeah.
Mine is 2 green either way. Do you want me to just leave it, John?
Yeah, if it's the same roll, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay.
And I will be rolling. Somebody rolled an NPC slot.
I did for the Crabots.
Oh, okay, that's good.
And I got the same initiative as them, so both Crack and the Crabots I did last.
I need to. That would have just been 2 anyways, because that would have been 3. I'll just fix it.
Be a 3-1, yeah.
Yeah. 3. All right. Dice roller and I.
And we were all finished with the fight that we were already in when this happened, right? If I'm
There wasn't a
remembering
fight.
correctly?
No one. Yeah, you guys weren't in a fight.
Okay.
mean,
So to
we kind of
reestablish
were, but it was more of
to-
an argument.
to reestablish the scene.
Mhm.
To reestablish the scene, you had just finished dealing with a group of slavers fairly quickly and efficiently, I might add, and were figuring out what to do with the remaining slaves. There was a bit of a heated confrontation, which resulted in Ilyana and Avasia walking off, and in that time, Kitty took the slaves back to the ship. While Kitty was doing that, Neres went and gathered Ilyana and Avasia and brought them back together. Kitty was still off to one side. Kitty successfully got the slaves that you had rescued onto the ship when she was confronted by the droid that had wandered off. The droid very efficiently took Kitty down, and the last thing you all as players and characters heard from Kitty was, "You need to stop fighting," and then there was an explosion.
Okay.
And that is where the scene begins. So, we are, before we start, what do you want your crab droids to be doing, Craig?
If I remember correctly from last time, Kitty and the droid were in a position underneath the ship that could not be reached by the ship's weapons. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There are 4 Crabots. Is there a stim pack in the med bay on the ship?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, we
Then
had taken them with.
Yeah. Then I think all of them are going to the hatch and are opening it just enough for them to be able to get out. And are going to drop on the droid and try to take it apart. Try to take off its arms.
Okay. So the crab droids will be harassing
Yes.
the other droid. Got it.
Yeah. If it is a possibility, I would like them to. That's why I say they're not attacking it, because they don't really do that. But what I'm picturing is they would try to fall onto it and swarm over it and try to either disconnect or in otherwise disable it. I get that that's a confrontational thing.
I know.
It's just that they have no brawl skill. They do have a mechanic skill as a minion group.
And that is why the minions, their minions, there they are, the crabbots. They just need to find their character sheet. There are 4 of them.
For the game master, because it is something that's relevant that might save us. The droid does have a critical injury where it starts to take strain every time it does anything right now.
It does, yes. I have that up there. I have that up there. The first NPC slot is going to go to the crabbots. They are going to move. Take a look at their sheets. I'll roll privately.
Yeah, they get 2 bonus
Yep,
2
I'm
bonus
looking at
dice
the
on
sheet
any.
right now.
Okay, cool.
Does the base character sheet allow for private roles? I didn't.
No,
see
I have
toggle
I have
on
a
that.
separate
Okay.
roller. I have a separate
Gotcha.
website roller.
Legit.
Trying to do it.
I should probably close Kitty's character sheet so I can't see what John is viewing on it.
Do you already have a character sheet for your backup?
Mm-hmm.
That's how that works. Okay, cool. All right. So they have rolled.
Shout out to the Star
It
Wars
is-
fan community.
Go ahead.
Shout out to the fan community for making so many dice rollers for this system with weird dice, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So first PC slot.
Graz.
Okay. Is anyone going to argue with the Wookiee?
No.
No argument.
Using two maneuvers just running, is it possible to use enhance from athletics or anything like that to try and push their body faster or further at all?
Make an enhanced power roll.
All right. So would that be athletics with enhance or just roll
just
the
roll
force
the die.
die?
Just roll the force die. Yeah.
Okay. Dude.
Yeah, because there isn't really a force speed power.
Would you like to
One dark side.
Would you like to take 1 point of strain, flip your only light side point, and
Yep.
take a point of conflict? All right.
Yep. Would
So
like to.
you-
Thought it was 2 points of strain.
Yeah, 2 points of strain. Sorry.
2 points of
um,
strain.
yeah.
Fair enough.
You push. This anxiety and fear that has suddenly overwhelmed you as your body goes cold with the realization that Kitty might be dying right now pushes you to just run as hard as you can, and you manage to move the distance that you would normally take 3 maneuvers to move
All right.
rather than 2.
Okay.
So you are slightly closer. Next PC slot.
I'd like to take it.
All right.
I have flow. When the force user makes a skill check, you may roll a flow power check as part of the roll. It lets me spend force if I roll it to heal strain. So I'd
Mhm.
like to push harder, but not injure myself as I'm doing it, basically. If that makes sense.
So you
Because
want
it's
to
2 maneuvers to
Yeah, yeah.
I can
So
spend 2 maneuvers to move. But
What
can I
would the
do
what would
this?
the what would the action you'd be doing to use flow on?
Basically it's making a skill check, so I guess athletics, which I'm terrible at, but hopefully this will make it slightly better.
I will note for you, you can only do 2 maneuvers in a round, and if you don't take an action, you can just use your action for a second maneuver without having to take strain.
Okay, yeah. That's fair.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
strain
so I'm
for
just-
extra
I'm just trying to
maneuvers if
move
you
as
wanna
fast
do
as
2
possible.
maneuvers and act in the
Mhm.
same round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can use your action instead of a maneuver, so you can action move and maneuver move
Mhm.
without having to
Okay.
take strain.
I wasn't sure if using flow I might be able to go a little faster.
Not by the way the ability works. The way flow sort of works in universe is that it's as you are acting on the universe, you are allowing the universe to in return act on you in such a way that heals you or restores your ability, rather
Got it.
than
Okay.
enhancing a thing you're doing at the moment.
Yep.
It's less
I'm just
about-
trying to move
yeah.
as
Yeah, so-
I'm trying to move as fast as possible.
Right, so 2 maneuvers.
Yep.
Next PC slot.
Vazia
Kit-
will go. Oh, sorry. You can go.
I was just gonna say, Kitty is Crack's best / only friend. I think he's. Is there anything in the I guess the top of the mining shaft? Are there any vehicles around inside the base?
Yeah.
Speeders?
This is the loading area. There are cargo trucks. They're not speeders per se, but they are.
Do they
vehicles.
go faster than running? Quarren running speed?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to get in one and punch it. And
All right,
I
go
would
ahead
roll to
and-
hotwire it if I have to.
Yeah. So you're gonna have to hotwire it because you don't have the keys. So give me a
Okay.
mechanics check.
Okay. I'm gonna use the force on that.
This will be your action. So it's gonna be this turn you'll be turning it on, and next turn you'll be able to start piloting it.
Can't do that as a maneuver.
No, because actually, can you make a piloting check as a maneuver?
I think so.
you can.
Just
I
to,
don't
to
think
to
so.
adjust- I think adjusting speed is a maneuver.
Yeah, adjusting speed, but do you want to adjust speed right into the wall because it's not aimed at the thing?
Okay.
Let me
also,
pull it up while you make your roll. I'm pulling.
Okay.
I'll pull it up right now because I don't.
I would like to pick
genuinely
the
don't
one
know
that
what
is
thing
that is most pointing towards the exit. If
They're-
that's
they're-
not clear.
They're all sort of like in loading positions right now, which
Okay.
means you will have to maneuver them to re-angle right now.
All right.
Take a look. Let me pull up the rule book because that's what it's there for.
Difficulty is what on the mechanics check?
It's gonna be difficulty 3 to hotwire.
Okay.
Starships and vehicles.
Do we have no light side points?
No.
Mm-mm.
We
Nope.
used the
Okay.
last one.
Yeah, we only had
Graz,
one.
Graz,
It
Graz
was
took the
not
last
good.
one.
Fair.
Our rolls.
Amusingly, Graz was the only person that rolled light side. Or Graz and Crack did, actually.
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Crack
then
got
one of those was flipped.
uncharacteristically got a light side. Oh, I'm looking on the Crabot's character sheet. Sorry.
Okay, no. Driving is a maneuver. Okay, cool. So you succeed in starting the car. You can now make a piloting planetary check to drive it.
Okay.
And this is going to be angling it around so you actually get out of the bay.
Yeah, and then I'm going to take 2 strain to punch it.
Okay.
Difficulty on the maneuver?
It's going to be. This is an unfamiliar vehicle for you. It's going to be difficulty 3.
Come on. Oh, thank God.
You managed
okay.
to get it turned around. All right.
All right.
And you are going to punch it, which. That real quick. Yeah, you can do it. That is a starship maneuver only.
Oh, okay.
So you can just
Um,
you cannot punch it on a cargo loader. You can
Then I'm going
accelerate
to-
though.
Yeah, I'm going to accelerate.
All right, so you go from speed 0 to speed 1.
I actually don't think I have ever, in this system, I don't think I've ever done any planetary piloting stuff. I think all of my experience with this system has been in spaceships.
Hey, Chewie, punch it.
You cannot punch it on a car.
So I will, so I will accelerate, and will call anybody that is in the path. I will call out to so that they can try to hop on. But I'm not slowing down for anybody.
So moving between one range band and the next always takes 2 maneuvers regardless of speed, with the following exceptions detailed below. Speed 1, which is as fast as this thing goes. 1 starship maneuver to move within close range of a target or an object, or 2 starship maneuvers to move from close to short range, or from short to close range. Okay, so yeah, it will take. So it'll take 2 maneuvers, but this thing will move. Effectively 4 spaces at a time. But it would take your entire turn to get it going that fast. So right now you're just so you haven't effectively moved at all yet. You're just preparing to. But next round you will go 4 as you're starting to move.
Okay.
All right. Next PC slot.
Vazia will take it. That's all right.
Mm-hmm.
She'll go ahead and jump into the speeder.
Cargo loader. I just want to clarify this again.
Sorry, whatever it is.
It is.
Moving.
Imagine like a U-Haul truck with the top cut off and hover tracks instead of wheels.
Those
It's not
things that when you're working in a warehouse, like the people who've been there longer are driving around.
Yeah.
A force lift, if you
a
will.
little bit bigger than a forklift, but it's that kind of like not going to be going fast kind of thing.
Moves faster than we can walk.
Good news, these are
absolutely
huts.
does.
They probably didn't install the safety protocol that stops if anyone's in the way.
True, they didn't. All right, Avasia hops in the cargo loader. Next PC slot, which is just Corsarath, I think.
Yep.
If Corsarath starts moving and decides to take 2 strain for the extra maneuver, could he use his action to prepare if the cargo loader manages to get past him to grab on as it goes by?
Yeah.
That's what he will do.
Mm.
And he will try and use Enhance to move faster if possible, because it's the closest thing we have to a force speed in this game.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a force roll.
Get in, losers. We're going rescuing.
Enhance.
Hey,
We have no light
there you go.
side. So, and I'm not there yet.
So you just move 2 maneuvers.
I'll take 2.
All right. Now I make some rolls on mine. Also, I need to find where the critical injury chart is. There it is. Okay. So, you look at Kitty's sheet. So I know what the offset is. First, let's see if it hits. It might miss.
Who knows? Not us until we get there.
Who knows? I know, but
Was anyone heavily injured before all this started besides Kitty?
Corsair's getting up there in strain, but his wounds are fine.
Okay.
Crack is
Yeah.
very likely to pass out.
Okay.
He's fine
Good
on
to know.
wounds, but he's at
while
he's
behind the
super high on-
wheel.
Yeah,
Great.
yeah.
I'll
Oh,
take care of
no.
that next round then. That'll be what I do. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'll do, Crack.
I have 11 strain threshold. I'm at 10 strain
Oh,
because I took
goodness.
2 strain to
Damn.
take
I
the
can
extra
do
maneuver
something
last
for
time.
that.
Okay.
Please don't die for my character.
I can help with that.
Crack literally that's he like I'm not kidding. I really do think Kitty is honestly Craig's only friend.
Whatever
Well,
you said, you muted her.
so what you're saying is it'll be really sad if this doesn't work.
It's gonna be really sad. Yeah, John, I let me for to encourage you to save Kitty. This is what Crack crying sounds like.
And I can, if Kitty dies, there's a decent odds the crab droids won't survive this either.
We'll see.
Well, good news. Darth Tolpa is on the way.
I feel like you need to survive long enough to become a Darth.
Really, you don't. The only qualification
Okay.
for being a Darth is saying you're a Darth, and then
I mean,
surviving the
okay.
people trying to kill you for saying you're
Well,
a Darth.
and convincing other people that you are, because it's that. I mean,
like-
no, if everyone
like-
refuses to call you that, then it's really
I mean, there's that
Like-
too.
The only trick to being a Darth is being able to stand up to the people who say "prove it."
Yep, that's fair.
Well, I mean, technically, you
mean,
could
it
then be like Darth Dummy the Unwise, who lasted for 3 rounds.
Holy.
That sounds like an Undertale character, and I'm not really sure why.
I am a Darth. Prove it.
All right.
There you
Now it's the crab droid's turn. They're gonna continue trying to do a thing. Oh God. Can't wait till I can reveal what I'm laughing at.
I mean, we haven't had any initiative slots leave the tracker yet, so how bad could it be?
All right, PC slot.
Jack.
Running.
Remember, there are 4 crab bots, so
Yep,
all 4
yep.
of them have to go away before the initiative goes away.
Yep. Graz is going to try and make that enhanced check again.
All right, go ahead.
Otherwise, it's
and-
just two maneuvers. Hey,
all right. You bolt again. 3 more maneuvers ahead,
that's 6.
meaning you'll be there. You can see the door.
Running. Okay, go.
Next
Right.
PC slot.
Is it a check to get into the car as it's going by the loader?
You just have to hold your action, basically.
Just hold your action. Okay. So I am going to try and clamber in as it's going by. If I, yeah. And I'm going to try and make a medical check on Crack using do
So
flow at the same time.
So you won't be able to make a medical check until you're in the car with him.
Okay.
So you're just holding your action to get in the car, basically.
Yep. Yeah.
Or would you like to not take your turn yet and let Crack get closer?
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure if he was gonna go past me though, because he's going for this turn, right?
Yeah, he's going to be going for maneuvers.
And I
turn.
only went 2, so he would go past me, and then I wouldn't be able to get in. That's why I'm going.
So you just
now.
want to hold your action to get in when he
Yes.
gets in. Then. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. All right, next PC slot.
Yeah, I will move
Like, it has to be at this
4.
point.
Yeah.
All right. Give me a piloting planetary check, difficulty 2. Now that you got
Sure.
turned around, this is just for maneuvering the hallways.
Oh, yes, please.
Nice.
Yeah. What would you like to use
All
that
right.
triumph on?
I am looking at the chart.
I'm going to inflict 2 strain on you though for the threats.
I
Puts
pass
him
out.
over.
You literally knocked Crack out with that strain.
Oh, hang on.
Trying to-
What do you want to use the triumph for? Because it all happens at the same time.
You can use it to heal strain
Yeah.
to recover.
On the other hand, I'm going to pitch you
It is
this
beautiful
thing
though.
crashing with an unconscious driver.
No, that would put you unconscious, but I'm not taking it back.
Okay, so John, I can use it to do something vital to turning the tide of battle, such
Okay.
as destroying a capital ship seal generator or losing a pursuing ship in an asteroid field. Are we close enough for me to do? Realistically, are we close enough for me to do something vital?
Not crashing the cargo loader would be vital. But you're not close enough to do anything vital to the other battle droid, no.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to crash it.
Pass
It
the wheel
seems-
to Avazia while you're passing out.
Yeah, it's just the thing is, it seems silly not to use the triumph to heal the strain because there's nothing else really I can do with it.
Would healing
Do
the
it.
strain still leave you unconscious? Because I remember you were only 1 down from your strain threshold, and he's giving you 2 strain.
Can't I cancel it before suffering the strain?
So yeah, no. So you would negate one of the strain that you'd gain, basically.
With
But that would
one
still-
triumph?
I don't
would
know. Does triumph only heal one at a time?
Yeah.
Nice.
mhm.
Yeah.
Recover 1 strain is the only thing that you can
Triumphs
spend a
don't
single
generally give
triumph
you
to.
a stronger version of the lower tier abilities.
Yeah, they just let you use any of the abilities.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So it's up to you. There's a let me take a look real quick.
Yeah,
Advantage
I mean,
of Triumph's vehicle combat, because there is
Yeah,
another thing.
I mean, I'm looking at
Oh,
it.
vehicle combat. Yeah, that's true.
No, but I mean, again, I'm looking at it, and it's
Yeah.
it,
Mhm.
I can upgrade other people's. I don't know. I mean, I feel like not passing out as the person piloting the craft with a bunch of people in it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'll
I'm gonna
say-
use triumph to negate 1 strain.
Yeah. Well, what I can say you'll do is what I'll say is you can use that triumph to continue operating for another turn. Since you're
Okay.
if removing 1 strain puts you at your maximum, you're still gonna pass out. But I'll say you can use that triumph to continue operating for another turn, which will
Now,
give
it puts-
Nereus a chance to heal your strain.
Okay, yeah, I mean, it would put me at my threshold, not past.
At is
Do I
where you
pass
pass
out
out.
at? Okay.
Yeah, at is where you pass out.
All right, yeah, then I'll use it to keep operating, and if I heal the strain between now and next turn, that means I don't pass out,
Correct.
or I will pass out. Okay, all right, yeah, then that's what.
if the strain gets healed. If the strain gets healed before your next turn, you won't pass out.
All right, no pressure.
So you know that thing you do when you're driving and you're really tired and you you grab so I do at least, you grab your thumb with your finger with your thumb and pull so it hurts, but that pain keeps you awake. You're basically doing that, whatever that equivalent might be for a Quarren.
yanking on a tentacle.
I think he's actually like
biting one of your
nipping at a
tentacles.
tentacle. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think there's a combination of like of this sort of bright pink corn blood and black ink just dribbling out of Crack's mouth at this point.
As he is biting himself to stay awake.
Yeah.
All right.
Am I in the vehicle?
You use your held action to get in the vehicle.
Yes.
So
Okay.
So does Corsair at that point.
And making them medical check.
Go ahead.
I am using flow along with this, so I
Mhm.
also add a force die.
Yep.
Which is up here. What's the? Let me see. Is difficulty based on your wounds, or is it also based on the? I think it's just based on wounds.
I have no wounds.
Okay, so then it's a oh, hang on, sorry. Where's the difficulty for medical? There it is. Okay, so it's an easy check. Just one. Add one force die. Here we go. I need lots of advantages.
Oh, thank God. Nice.
Okay. So, you heal, 3 wounds, but also 1, 2, 3, and then I believe 4. Yes. Because I have a rank and position.
I mean, you have four advantages there, so.
Oh, 4, so 5 strain.
Okay. Awesome.
Because I'm a
Thank
physician.
you.
Yep.
That's much better, Nerys. Thank you.
Got the
Alright.
arm.
Another next PC
Don't
slot.
pass out.
Are we catching? Have we caught up to Graz at this point?
No, Graz is still ahead of you.
Okay.
Graz has moved 6 in the time it took you to move 4.
Yeah.
But you'll probably all hit there at the same time. So.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that is I was incorrect, just issuing a correction to myself. It is once you get that one above your strength threshold is when you pass out.
Oh.
Okay.
That's not at, it's just past. Either way though, you're below it now, so it doesn't matter.
Yes.
And it was suitably dramatic.
Yes.
All right.
I'm actively sweating.
Oh, and I heal 2 strain for myself.
Next
Just
nice.
Next PC slot, which would be either Corsarath or Avasia. Or the Corsarath or Avasia.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think the Sith.
I think
are the only
Avazi is
ones.
just in the car right now.
All right.
So
In it and waiting.
Yeah.
Corsarath.
Is actively like as the car is moving, Corsarath is like putting a hand on the railing with the lightsaber held backwards behind him, and he's going to hold his action for on the next round when the thing gets there. He's going to leap out and attack the battle droid.
All right. NPC time. Okay.
I can't
PC slot.
run something I can't see yet. I'm assuming.
PC slot.
Probably Graz, right?
Yep, Graz is going to attempt that check one last time to see if they can close the distance. I mean, 2 maneuvers will do the 8 regardless, but okay. Yep. So yeah, just running as fast as they can, which should do 2 more maneuvers and get them there.
Graz.
Close the distance.
You make it through that final door into the docking bay. And you see ahead of you a couple of things, but one thing that really grabs your attention. Primarily, that is the body of Kitty with an electro staff standing straight up out of it.
Mm-hmm.
As the droid did enough damage on its first hit to instantly kill, and also rolled the death crit.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because crit like 2 times.
crit builds, yeah.
So killed Kitty in a number of ways. You also see the hangar bay door in the ship, the one that's right above where the entrance is kind of partially open, and one crab droid is sort of dangling out of it, trying to get it open. Because the crab droids
Okay.
have failed twice to get that door open so far.
Jesus.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And the battle droid at the door that goes into the ship, trying to pry it open.
Okay. So it is separated somewhat from its electro staff currently. It's
Correct. The electro staff is currently
wielding
stuck
it,
in Kitty.
right.
It's trying to.
Mhm.
It's got the LMG that it has, and it's trying to open the door.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Well, that's my turn.
Next PC slot.
You guys probably just hear some roaring.
There's definitely roaring up ahead.
Yep.
Crack is gonna pilot the is Kitty between us and the droid?
You can't tell yet, but yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we're not there yet.
Yeah, you're
Okay.
still
Well,
a little ways
yeah,
away.
Crack is going to move
Right.
forward.
Give us another piloting check. Difficulty 2.
Full speed.
Full speed of 1. I'm doing my best. Okay.
Right, you succeed.
Nice.
Yeah, so moments after Graz roars, you complete the loop, and the cargo loader ends up in the docking bay with Graz and the others. That takes both your maneuvers, or that takes 2 maneuvers. So I don't know if you just use your action for that, or if there was something else you wanted to do, so you would take the strain for the extra maneuver.
Yeah, that's why I'm asking. So we're at that takes us a total of 8 range changes, right? For
Correct.
last turn, for this turn.
Yep.
So everybody else can hop off. I think as we're coming in, seeing that, I mean, Kitty is obviously dead, correct?
Yes, very obviously. There, very few things can survive an electro staff basically being used as the base for a flagpole, where the electro staff is the pole.
All right. Yeah, I think Crack then is going to drive this thing straight at the droid.
Okay, so that'll be next turn. Next piece.
Wait, I can't reach it this turn.
Yeah, because
You've already used your 2 maneuvers.
It's 2 maneuvers to move the car, and
Okay,
you're at the you're in the docking bay now. So next turn you'd be able to ram it if you
Does
wanted
that fire off course or has held action?
to. What was your held action?
To when we got there to leap out of the thing and attack the droid.
Were you waiting until you were in range, or were you waiting until you could see it?
I was waiting until we arrived, basically, because I knew it would be the 4 maneuvers would put us at 8 maneuvers.
Yeah, because you're not in range of the droid. Like I said, the 8 maneuvers was to get to the docking bay,
Okay.
not
Right.
to where the
And how
droid
many guns?
is.
Into my character.
Yeah, if you want to use your held action to shoot the droid, you can do that. Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, can I do that with my action then? Can I shoot still?
Yeah, you can shoot.
Okay.
If you take 2 strain for the. You'd have to take 2 strain for the second maneuver.
Yeah.
And then shoot.
what's the range difficulty right now?
It is short range, so
So 1.
yes, it'd be 1.
Okay.
Is there any upgrades or anything?
Yeah, one setback die for its range defense.
All right.
Blam.
Yeah.
That was the skill check.
Light him up.
Yep, so you hit with 1 extra damage.
Sorry, that's the CR2, so that's 8 damage.
And yeah, because you've still got that, which is the fuck.
There you go. Light him up.
There you go. All right. So yeah, a hail of blaster fire from Corserath and Crack as just inside the ship, a figure can hear the sound of blaster bolts pinging on the door.
Mm-hmm.
That seemed to have drawn away whatever it is that's trying to pry its way through the door. Next PC slot.
Corserath was already readying for the attack, so I guess he'll go.
Sure. So you're in short range now. So 1 maneuver to get into engage range.
Yeah, so he'll maneuver and straight into the attack with the lightsaber. Which is dumb because he should have waited for Nereus to heal him first, but he's not thinking of that right now. What's the difficulty in melee? He's not holding his staff.
So it's going to be 2 difficulty, upgraded 3 times, with 1 setback die.
Does he still have that melee defense without his staff in his hand?
Mm-hmm. The staff is not what gave him the defense.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Your range attack treatment. That's fine. Too late now. I forgot about the upgrades on the range attack. You hit one thing, right?
Of course, he doesn't. He has the Cortosis armor, so I don't get to breach the armor.
All right, next PC slot.
I
Graz.
will be restrained with that.
Did you already go? Graz?
Oh, wait, is it still that first round?
It's still that
Yeah.
still that round. Yeah,
Yeah.
you just
I think
you're
Maria's
right.
got us, yeah.
Oh, right. Sorry. Corsarath had a held action. That's right.
Yeah,
My bad,
Corsarath
my bad.
had held action.
I was
So
like,
it's-
but
it's,
Corsarath went again.
it's Avasia and Nerys at the moment.
Avasia, you go.
Okay. Am I close enough to jump out and attack this thing?
It'd take 1 maneuver to get into range to get into engaged range, but yes.
All right. That's what she's gonna do.
All right, run up and attack. Are you using your lightsaber or your warblade?
Saber.
Okay. Good.
Oh, what's the difficulty?
It's 2 difficulty. Upgraded 3 times
Okay. Sorry, I forgot to ask.
with
about
1 setback die.
that. Okay.
It's like, oh, that's a good roll. Oh wait, you didn't have any difficulty.
Hey.
Still a
Hey,
good roll.
still good.
Yeah.
Not a crit, but still a good roll. All right, next PC slot.
Okay. I'll get out. You said Corsarath is really heavily injured,
Heavily strained, but yeah.
heavily strained. Okay, I'm gonna try and boost you. Yeah. So I will make a medical check here. Still doing the flow, cause stuff's getting tense. So medicine. What's your wounds right now?
Less than half.
Less than half? Okay. I think. Sorry, I should know this off the top of my head. Yeah, it's still easy. Okay. Medicine. Ha. You heal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 strain.
Sweet.
And 1 wound if you have it.
I do have 1 wound. I have 4 wounds, so I go down to 3 wounds.
Okay.
That 6 strain is very relevant.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, next so that's NPC slot. All right, its turn.
And I heal 2 strain as well. So I'm at 0.
Yay.
I'm uninjured.
It turns around. You guys are too close for the light repeating. So it's just going. So from its other hand, the one that normally holds the electro staff, there's a as a little barrel drops out of its forearm, and it sort of grips what seems to be a trigger in its palm, aims at Avasia and Corsarath, and a spurt of flame erupts from it as he attacks you with a flamethrower.
I made a mistake.
Oh, get fucked. It doesn't matter what it rolls. Both of us are wearing the amulets. We can't be put on fire.
You can still take damage though.
Great thing about utility characters, the things they made stick around.
Yes.
Yep.
What is the? Do either of you have any? Do you have either of you have ranged defense?
We're in melee with it. Does melee defense apply?
No. Actually, yes. Melee defense does apply if you're in melee with it. Yes. So melee defense.
Melee defense of 1.
Yep.
Melee defense of 1 as well.
Let me make the attack against one of you. So that. So yeah, you won't take the burn, but you'll still take the initial damage and blast if it hits.
Oh, I realized I shouldn't have had that boost.
Which it does. And it's going to
Oh, I
crit
should.
both of you. So, Corsarath, you're going to take 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage. And it's going to crit you. And Vasya, you're going to take 6 damage. But neither of you are set on fire because of the amulets.
Is this strain or wounds?
This is wounds. This is fire.
Okay. Gotcha.
Soak applies, right?
Yeah, soak still applies.
It has no pierce.
Flamethrowers aren't known for their piercing qualities.
Okay, that's good. Because that would be terrifying.
And you both have the environmental amulets on?
Yep.
Yes.
So yeah, neither of you are set on fire, so the burn does nothing. All right. Next NPC. So back to the top of the round. NPC slot. The crab bots are going to continue trying to. All right, Craig, you can now take control of the crab bots. Go ahead and have them make a mechanics check, difficulty 2, to get this fucking hatch open.
Good job, guys.
That they have been completely failing to do this entire time.
A for
Hey,
effort.
they're alive. That's good because they might survive at this point.
I will trade the crab bots for Kitty. John, is that an option?
Nope, unfortunately not.
Can
I'm
we kick
sorry.
Kitty-
For posterity, while you're making that roll,
Oh no.
for posterity, the attack that killed Kitty rolled 5 successes, 4 advantages, and a
Damn.
triumph.
Shit. Yep, that'll do it.
No.
There's
Was
no
there a
difficulty there.
on?
Oh, difficulty 2, correct.
Difficulty 2 to open a door. Just to be clear.
Yeah,
It's
they're
a
not
big
trying
ass
to.
door, and they're
it's-
crab bots.
They're
It's a
crab
button.
bots.
It's a button.
Not
You
for
don't know
this.
that.
Okay.
Same thing though.
They still get it open. They finally managed to get this open. The hatch opens up because you remember your specification was just enough for only them to get through,
Yeah.
which means they're not actually hitting the button to open it up. They are trying to hack it so it only opens a little bit. And as they do, this chorus of crab droids fall down onto the ground next to Kitty.
Plep, 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 plep.
Good job, guys.
If they just
Yeah.
open it up, that would have been much easier.
Yeah, but the ship is full of people that Kitty
No, no.
Oh, yeah,
specifically
no,
was
it's-
trying to save.
Absolutely,
that's a
it was
solid-
absolutely the correct call. It just made it slightly difficult, and for some reason, when I was rolling for them, the boost die came up blank each time.
Way to make Papa proud, kids.
If it's a PC slot next, Graz is waiting in.
It is a PC slot.
All right. You said difficulty 2 upgraded 3 times, 1 setback?
Correct.
Okay. Graz will take 2 strain to aim.
That's what I was laughing at, by the way. The thing that I was laughing at was the crab bots failing to do the thing they're good at constantly.
Oh.
Damn it.
Miss.
Um,
You roar in with this big overhand slash, and the droid just ducks underneath it as you scar the outside of the ship.
can I spend those advantages?
Yeah, go ahead.
Next person to attack this thing gets 4 boost die.
Next PC slot.
I would like to take those 4 boost die, please.
Question: would you like the person with the LMG to take those 4 boost die?
That's a good question.
Given that the LMG would be firing into melee, I feel like that's probably a bad idea.
The LMG also does the most damage.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's up to you.
I've already taken my turn. It's up to you guys who goes next.
I will also say it is a little weird. I know mechanically this is how it works. It is a little weird that the lifter is going full speed, and the way we have it working is it's like he's dropping the kids off
At murder.
yeah.
Have you ever tried to pilot one of those things in the real world? They're not like precision devices.
No, but
Also,
it's-
full speed is
Okay.
full speed is a bit of a misnomer.
It's still
Full
faster than
speed's-
running speed. I mean, it's moving faster than an actual forklift.
But that's
Yeah.
crack. Do you want to try and take that shot, or have course
Yeah,
try and kill this thing?
yes, I would like to do it because what I'm going to try to do is shoot it and then slam into it with the loader.
All right. So so you're spending your maneuvers to drive and your action to shoot. Works for me.
Yes, that's what I'm doing. I am not taking. Yeah, I'm going to take the shot first. Is that 4 boost dice?
Yeah,
because
so
you're
you
the
4
next
boost
one.
die.
Mhm.
Difficulty 3. Or sorry, difficulty 2 upgraded. No, difficulty 1 because you're at range.
Did we-
Upgraded 3 times.
We're gonna have
So,
a power loader drive.
Diff
into
1
the thing.
upgraded 3 times with 1 setback die.
Okay.
We're gonna have a power loader drive straight into the hangar door of this ship.
Yep. All right. So you
My
miss. You don't.
God.
You don't hit anybody else though. You just
That's good.
spray the thing. All right. So you're
Can I
not.
please use that to recover strain?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Dear God. Okay.
You're not
thank
going to
you.
make a roll because you're already heading at full speed into this thing. Graz, Neres, Corsarath, and Avasia all need to make an athletics check to get out of the way. Crack, do you want to bail out before it hits the car, or do you want to or before it hits the ship, or do you want to stay in it until the bitter end?
No, I think he's staying until the bitter. Well, I'm coming straight at it with it between.
Yeah,
With it is between the loader and the ship.
correct.
Yeah. Then he's just gonna sort of jump backwards out of it.
All right, so an athletics check from you as well. Difficulty 2 all around.
This is what the
Um,
enhanced power is for, kids.
Now it
Yes, indeed.
also gets to make an athletics check.
Yeah.
Let's see if it can make it.
Would flow apply to this as well?
Yes,
Sorry.
flow would apply to
Okay.
this as well.
Oh no, that's upgraded 3 times. There's a reason
Yeah.
that fits.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Remove the upgrades. It's just difficulty 2.
Difficulty 2.
Boom.
Bam. Out of the way.
Where's the-
Yeah.
Why did I close that window? Why did I
Nope.
close the battle droid's character sheet?
Fair.
I don't know why.
Relatable.
All right. Actually, wait. Hang on. Look at its critical injuries. Oh, it can't. It can't jump out of the way because of its critical injuries. Cool. It's just gonna
Yay.
fucking take it. All right.
So what's the damage of getting hit by a forklift going 15 miles an hour?
Or being in it.
Cargo
'Cause I didn't
loader.
get out.
Cargo loader.
Cargo loader, excuse me.
Remember-
What's the damage by getting hit by a pickup truck going 15 miles an hour?
Yeah, basically, a pickup truck going 15 to 20 miles an hour is basically what just happened. Okay. I'm going to say you're going to take size damage. So it's a size of 2. So that's 20 damage. Because
Crack.
it's a vehicle. You will be able to soak it. So it is affected by your soak.
No, I won't.
So anyone that didn't get out of the way takes 20 damage. Soakable.
Ow.
Jesus.
Okay. Yeah, I think I'm out.
As the ship, as the cargo loader wrecks itself into the ship. Fortunately, that also destroys the battle droid.
I'm out.
So is it.
So am I. John,
Oh.
I hesitate to ask. Do I take more because I was in it? I was in the cargo loader.
We'll say you take a second critical injury in addition to the first one you take for going unconscious.
Okay.
So everyone that goes unconscious from that takes a critical injury.
Okay.
I didn't mean to TPK the party with my bad decision.
You did.
You absolutely didn't.
Can
We
I have-
actively have
staggered.
the 3 combat characters and Ilyana still alive.
Where do we roll
Yeah.
crits? Oh,
Yeah, the
critical
people that
injuries.
got
Critical
killed are the
Don't
people that
tab.
aren't supposed to be in the fight.
That's fair.
Also not dead, just unconscious.
Agonizing wound.
So you roll, and then a second one crack because you were in the car.
Does it automatically add it, or I
Yeah,
put in
it'll
critical?
automatic-
It should automatically.
automatically
add it,
add
yeah. Mhm.
The
Okay.
only time you have to put in a modifier is if you get hit with like a vicious weapon or something.
Okay.
On
so-
the other hand, we have our medic and the person that can repair our medic unconscious.
Right. Does anybody have any stim packs?
So,
Let's see,
Well,
it's
you
got
can't
one.
repair the medic with a stim pack.
Right.
yeah.
But we can
Are we-
repair
are
the
we out
mechanic
of
with
an-
a stim pack.
are we out of initiative right now?
You are currently out of initiative.
So,
At which point, the crab droids, with an emergency repair patch, because you gave them one,
yes.
Yay.
run over to Nereus and apply it. Nereus, you heal 5 wounds.
Okay,
Droids
good.
get out of the explosion. Good for them.
Yeah,
They're
they were.
crab droids,
boys.
They're low to the ground. It's the hover
I'm
vehicle.
The hover
still
vehicle went.
unconscious.
The hover vehicle went over Kitty, over the crab droids, and into the battle droid.
Oh, that's not great. Okay.
I'm still unconscious with the
So-
with the repair patch.
Kitty, or not Kitty, Nereus has another repair patch on her.
Yes.
The crab droids also have another repair patch on them.
So Corsarath runs over to Nereus and points at Crack and looks over at Graz. Graz stim pack and runs over to and tosses the one on his belt on the ground next to him and runs over to Nereus and grabs their repair patch and uses it on them.
So that's another 4 wounds that you heal.
Is 4. I see on emergency repair patch that it automatically heals 3 wounds on a droid. I'm not sure if
Oh,
that's
is it only
the
3?
repair patch
Yeah.
always does 3, but it doesn't go down.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
there's no
so
diminishing
3
returns.
3 again. So that's
So
6 then.
It
okay.
was 5 before, so I add 2 and then 3. Okay, I'm at my wound threshold. Does that take me conscious or not yet?
We'll say yeah. That because
Okay.
I was corrected previously, so you would be able to
Okay.
become back to consciousness.
Okay.
Now here's the question: did Graz hear that, and if so, did he react to it?
Graz may or may not have heard that, but they definitely do not react to it. And Graz just is cradling Kitty's corpse at this point and howling.
Inside the vehicle, you hear howling, and there was an explosion, but it feels like the fight has stopped.
Did-
What? Sorry, go ahead.
I was wondering, because I didn't quite catch it. Corsarat, did you take my stim pack and you or my emergency repair patch?
Yeah,
or was that
I used
the other
your
one for the
emergency
crab?
repair pack
Okay,
on you.
so I don't have one now. Cool.
You can grab one off the crabots, though.
Yeah.
Who will be trying to apply it to you regardless, because they were told to use this on you if you needed it. So
It's fair, it's fair.
If Corsarath notices that Graz is not doing anything but dealing with Kitty right now, he will go grab the stim pack he left on the ground and use it on Crack.
so that's 5 wounds to Crack.
Okay. I think something's going on inside the ship, though. so-
Yes, something is. Aaron,
First question:
Mhm.
would there be in the area of the ship that I had gotten to some sort of? Usually, ships have like a comm that lets you hear what's going on outside.
I was gonna say I feel like you're probably in the what looks to you like a residential quarters of the ship.
Okay.
Mechanically looking at the ship, you're on that bottom floor where all the bedrooms are. And you've mostly been standing there putting yourself as a barrier between the other slaves and whatever was trying to come through the door.
Yeah.
But you can still kind of hear what's going on outside, mostly the loudest noises, which are the explosion, the fighting right at the
explosions, the
door,
howling,
and the
yeah.
howling. Yeah.
Did the loader not get through the door?
No, it did not. Your ship is way sturdier than that cargo loader.
Fair enough.
That's good. That's good.
I'll look back to the ones I'm with. Stay. Yeah, stay. And I'll lock whatever door that is
Mhm.
so that they can unlock it.
You know, the Shio has an armor of 5.
Yeah.
It did
And-
2 damage to it.
Go looking for yeah, either like comms that would allow me to hear the outside more clearly, or if there's some sort of door hatch. I'm just trying to navigate for
Right.
those things.
You can very easily find the door that you were brought in by Kitty.
Right,
If you
that
wanted
makes
to
sense.
open that. If you wanted to find the communications, that'd take a little bit longer.
If I can find that door,
Yeah.
I'll listen at it for a moment.
Mostly
More.
you hear, again, the sounds of fighting have stopped. You're not hearing much else. The door is very thick. It's meant to seal the atmosphere, so you're only really hearing things that are loud enough to vibrate through the door.
Right. If there's a danger out there, sitting in here is not going to help. How do? No, I'm not going to just take the ship and leave. That would be a dick move. I'll open the door.
So, for the people outside,
That would have been amazing, though.
You fucking baller character introduction.
for the people outside, the doors open. And what do they see standing in the doorway?
It's possible you've seen this person before if you were paying attention. Looks nominally human, clearly wearing the same thin clothes the rest of the slaves were. Z has sort of incredibly long crimson red hair, or fairly long crimson red hair, or that is just straight in front of the face and eyes, entirely knotted and unkempt. One sort of thread of it near the front side is much longer than the rest of it. Seems to just be standing there, hand on the door panel.
And this is one of you all saw this person among the other slaves. You recognize this as one of the slaves you rescued. They seem more unsteady than the other slaves were. Like not and it doesn't seem to be intentional. It just seems to be like there's some slight amount of wavering to the physicality.
Mm-hmm.
It is safe. I am cautiously walking over to Graz. How injured are you?
Barely at all.
Okay. How about strain?
Very minimal.
Okay.
Kept getting advantages, man.
Nice. It's good. It's good. Graz.
And no response. Just rocking back and forth, and the vocals have dropped in volume slightly.
Okay.
But they are just entirely overwhelmed with what has transpired. And
Graz, do you want to feel this less? Right now. Not indefinitely.
Graz just stands up, carrying these docking bays. John, do they have any gates to the exterior of the
No.
compound?
No, the exit to the compound would be somewhere in the central tower.
Okay. Graz is just picking up Kitty's corpse and walking inside with it. The electrostaff just sort of falls to the ground and doesn't even say anything, just straight into the ship, headed for Kitty's lab.
Seemingly responding more to the sound of it dropping than seeing it fall. The person you just saw is sort of reaching around the ground there for the thing that clacked on the floor.
Of course, Roth will reach down and pick up the electrostaff before this person who he doesn't know gets a hand on it.
Fair.
Valid.
You hear it get picked up.
I am sorry, I'm directing this toward the unknown person. I
Mhm.
am sorry you have met us at a difficult time. He is
Everyone's time is
they are.
difficult. That's not what. I need a weapon before more things come. They're gonna kill us. I think again, probably.
Again?
What? Sorry.
You said again.
Sorry. I didn't mean anything by it. Just
Aaron, your hearing begins to ring. This and a headache. The worst headache you have ever gotten spikes into your brain.
So they look pretty out of it. I am
Oh, yeah.
going to attempt to. I am a medic. I am going to attempt to do some healing there because that looks bad.
Make a medicine
I'm
check.
still able to hear that, or no?
Yeah, you're still able to hear that.
Okay.
It's
yeah,
distorted.
At the, like, I am a medic. There's just a complete like flop.
Okay.
Whatever. Fuck
It's
you.
distorted, kind of like you're hearing it through a radio at a distance, but you can hear it and make out what's being said. So medicine check difficulty 2.
Okay.
Bonus die for context clues.
Yeah, get a bonus die.
Quick,
I get a
quick
bonus?
Question, quick
Yeah.
question, because this might be relevant if something does show up. Is this electro staff a weapon that uses melee or lightsaber?
It uses.
You heal.
So there's no wounds.
extras. Okay.
What you determine with this medical check, this person has been doped to hell and back on spice.
Okay.
Like this is spice withdrawal that's going on right now. And just based on the medical check, a humanoid of this size and configuration should be dead.
Okay. Is there anything I can do to assist with that? I have
There you can do some palliative care.
Okay.
But that'll require getting them to the medical bay.
Okay. You are not well. Yeah.
Obviously, weapon.
William, melee is the skill.
Melee?
Yeah.
Okay.
You may not be able to use that weapon without addressing this problem first.
Gun. I can still shoot.
Nereus, do you need to get our friend to the med bay?
Yes.
Also on your cursory medical examination, you would have determined that this is a Miraluka.
Okay.
I don't have eyeballs.
Yeah, which are they are a human. They are a near human species that are inherently force sensitive, and also have vestigial eye sockets with no actual eyes in them.
Yep. And my understanding of their current condition is that they would not be able to fire a gun.
They would actually probably be decent at doing. They seem to be very handling withdrawal very well, aside from what is very clearly certain withdrawal symptoms.
Okay.
Aside from that, they seem to be mostly Z's.
I'll explain conjugation stuff later.
Yeah. Z seems to be doing fairly well. The issue primarily is just these withdrawal symptoms.
No, I do think though that we need to rendezvous with Archon Zilda.
He should be headed back here. Am I mistaken on that one? I believe
He was heading down to the mines.
Down to the mines. Okay.
Yeah. To free more slaves.
contact him, let him know the situation, that we are up here.
Yeah.
I
will
can
contact-
attempt to talk to Graz, but I do not know if they will listen or if they are hearing.
Leave Graz to handle things right now until we figure out what we're doing.
Right. We need to return then. If you are able to assist, follow. Does someone have a gun?
I hand the
that they
blaster
can give-
carbine over to the Mira Luca.
Good.
Thank you. Is that a heavy gun?
Yes.
Range heavy, yeah.
Thank God. Blaster carbine?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's one of the ones you got off the security guards.
Yeah, it's not in new condition yet. It's in, I believe the blaster carbines are in moderate condition.
Yes. Crack, did the 5 wounds healing wake you up, or are you still out?
He's technically awake, but he's I got a stun on the critical injuries, so I would say he's out of it, but
Yeah,
not per game rules unconscious, but just sort of. It looks like somebody spilled a squid sashimi platter in the loader at this point.
I'm gonna use my maneuver to take the other stim pack that the crab droids were offering and use that on myself because I'm really heavily injured too.
That's 3 more
I wanna-
wounds.
Get that? Okay, so 3 more.
The
Yeah,
group
it's
of you are
good.
not going anywhere because all of you look like you're going to collapse. As he pulls the comm out and contacts Zelda.
You pull the comm out and it rings. It sounds like Zelda was about to contact you.
Yeah. Answer it.
I sensed a disturbance in the force. Somebody died, didn't they?
We've got 1 fatality and many injured.
I can clear out this section of the mines on my own. Focus on your people.
You may have to do that. We'll stay here and protect the ship.
Yeah. I don't know. There'll probably be guards in the other sections of the mines that might do something. Keep an eye out. If you have the ability, if somebody has the ability to jam comm signals going out from the facility, they should get on that. Aside from that, hunker
I look down
down.
at Crack.
I'll be
We'll
back.
get to work on that.
Crack, we
Click.
need your assistance. Can I make another medical check on him, or
You can make a
that-
check to try to cure his critical wounds. You cannot make a check
Okay.
to heal him, though.
okay? Well, I can use my heal force ability. I will do that.
Yeah, that you can do unlimited
Yeah.
number of times.
Yeah. I'll do that. And
You can also use that on yourself. That does affect you.
yes, or I have a meditating thing.
Yeah.
But I'm focusing on other people right now. So that is heal right there. I think I have to take off that doesn't have difficulty
it's-
on it, right?
No difficulty. It's just a 4 die roll.
Okay.
And each point of force that you can spend heals your intellect and wounds.
That's nothing. Oh wait, no, that's because I still have them committed. Hang on.
Because you still
sorry.
have them committed to appearing
Sorry,
like a droid.
God.
So, Red, do you have your force die committed or not right now?
No.
We have 2.
So heal your intellect twice in wounds.
2 with intellect. 2. My intellect is something. Good question. 2. So that's 4.
Yeah, 4 wounds.
Yeah, 4 wounds for you, Crack.
Okay. It doesn't heal a crit though, right?
No, that only just heals wounds.
Are there any
No.
more healing potions wandering around?
I don't
Kitty
think
handed them all out, so
I think you only
I
made
did
the
not
one,
have
didn't
any
you?
potion.
I made 2 over the course of the game. One was used pretty early on. I don't remember if the second one was ever used.
I think they both got used.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't have
We've
it.
been-
But I
we've
can
been pretty
make
healing
a
intensive.
yeah, but I can make a medical check to try and heal the critical.
Yes.
So
Oh
I'll
yeah,
do that
the
next.
potions that let you try and heal a critical wound immediately. Both of
Well,
those.
it pretty much just
Yeah, it just heals a critical wound.
Yeah. I think
And-
both of them have been used.
up
What's
through
the-
a certain difficulty, I think.
Yeah. What's the difficulty in that? Where are you at, Crack, for healing?
At this point, I am just over half.
Well,
Just
to
over
heal
half?
the critical injury is the difficulty of the critical injury. So
Oh,
which
okay.
critical?
Oh.
Well, so Which critical? First
I
of all, which critical injuries are you wanting to heal, Nerees?
I have agonizing wound and I have stunned. Stunned is
Agonizing wound
easiest.
probably.
Yeah, I mean technically they both last till the end of the encounter. Well, one it lasts to just a turn, so the effects of stun are already done with.
Okay.
John, is the encounter over? Or is it still
Yeah, the
ongoing?
encounter is over.
Okay, so probably if we could heal stunned.
I
Well,
can only make one of these, right? Though?
Correct.
So
Only one at the
I
moment.
think it'd probably be best to go for the most difficult one. I'm a pretty good healer.
okay, then that would be the
And-
agonizing wound, difficulty
Yeah.
2.
Okay. Difficulty 2.
Yeah.
This is my specialty. Dang it. I tried.
That wouldn't have healed anything.
Shit.
If you had gone for the one difficulty, you would have succeeded.
Ah! All right.
I was also dragged to the med bay, correct?
No,
Not yet.
I did not.
Crack is still outside and just sort of trying to make sense of all this. Is that right?
Mhm.
You're all still
Crack.
except
Crack
for
looks up
Graz.
at Nerys, while Nerys is working on him and says,
Mhm.
"Did we make it in time to save her?"
No.
Oh,
Korsrath kneels down next to Crack and sort of looks into his face. We don't have time to focus on that right now. I need you with me right now.
Crack pushes himself up and moves the rest of the way out of the loader, and moves a hand up and kind of brushes it across over and around his eyes and says, "What do we need?"
We need signal jamming. We need them not to be able to get a signal out of this building.
Right. Crack looks around. I assume Graz and Kitty are out of sight at this point.
Correct.
Definitely.
What about the others?
Graz is handling things. Everyone else is injured. We're staying here. Archon Zilda will clear the rest of the mine.
Right. Jamming. Right. Crack will look around. Are the crabouts still in view?
Oh yeah.
All right. Crack says, "Come on, let's go," and will make his way as quickly as he can, sort of stumbling and limping, up to the communication suite.
And with that, we're going to go on a quick break. So those that are watching, please enjoy these commercial messages. We'll be back in just a And we're back. So things are happening. As Crack and Corserath head up to the communications suite in the cockpit, you see Graz coming towards the stairs. What you doing, Graz?
So, having locked that door behind them as securely as possible, Graz comes out. You can see that they have Kitty's Shoto wooden chakram slung fairly low on one of the ammo belts. Little bit of a vacant stare, kind of a 1,000-yard look in the eyes.
Gross.
And unless either of you say anything, they just walk down and out of the ship again.
Archon Zelda is clearing the rest of the mines. Crack.
Good, I will find him. And walks.
Crack is Crack there? I'm sorry, I missed.
Yeah, you're on your way up to the comm buoy.
Gross is. Where is Kitty?
Stay out of that room.
I'm sorry, Gross. We tried to get this faster.
And at that, there's a blink. And Graz's head turns to stare at Crack. I know this is not your fault, Tulpa, but you would be wise to speak as little as possible to me in the coming days. And walks back into the installation, looking for the entrance to the mines.
Cool.
Does Avazia still outside the ship? Does she see him? Come
Yeah.
out?
It's hard to miss.
Graz is not trying to be subtle.
When Graz comes out of the ship, Avazia is going to approach him.
They'll stop, yeah.
I know there's nothing I can say right now. I've been through this as well. But when you're ready, I am here to talk, to spar. If you want to beat on me, I'm here.
I think I am done with sparring for the future. Few days. The blood of my family is crying out for more justice in this galaxy. And if it must come at the edge of my saber's blade, then so be it. But if you will be alongside me when those times come, that is all I could ask.
I will be with you.
As what sounds like a train undercuts the moment.
I can't hear it.
Where are you going right now?
To work alongside the Archon. I have my communicator should you need me.
I'll come with you if that's all right.
Yes.
And Avazia will go with him.
All right.
After Corserath has made sure that Crack is focused on getting the signal jammer starting, he's going to sit down on the cargo bay, basically on the ramp that leads into the ship, and just sort of sit there with the lightsaber on one leg, the electro staff sort of crossed over over his shoulder behind his neck, and the blaster sitting on the other leg, just waiting for anyone to decide they want to die today.
So the stats on the electro staff, I think I gave these out for the previous one already, but I'll give them out again. Electro Staff is 8 damage, 3 crit, melee weapon. Condition is new. It's taking no damage. Cortosis. Alright, its qualities are Cortosis, Cumbersome 3, Linked 1, Stun Setting, Unwieldy 3.
Cortosis, Cumbersome 3, Linked 1, Stun Setting,
And Unwieldy 3.
Unwieldy 3.
Means you have to have both a strength and a dexterity of 3 at minimum to wield it effectively.
I suppress again and go over to Red and hold out my arm for. You have been drugged. I would like to assist you, but we need to go into the medical bay. Have they done this to any of the rest of you?
No need, probably. Don't know.
Right.
Doesn't
will-
seem to respond to you holding an arm out, but will seem to start following you.
Right. Do I know if Miralukin can see me? Because
You've no
I
idea.
don't know how much I know about their sight.
You don't know how
No
they
idea.
see. You don't know how they
Okay.
see at all.
Okay. All right.
You just know that
if
apparently
you did a
they can.
basic physical examination where most humanoids have eyes,
Yeah.
there
Mhm.
aren't any.
Yeah.
you
I wasn't
Um,
sure if I knew that
yeah.
you were seeing through the force or how that worked. I'm not.
No.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
What
know,
Nereus knows.
Nereus has no idea how Miralu
Okay.
can see. Just that they
Okay.
can see, apparently,
Okay.
without having eyes.
There. Okay. I got some other thing. All right. I will. Yeah. Go lead. You up to the med bay and try and do what I can.
Right,
I
so
don't know.
another medical check, difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3. Okay. Go.
And Crack, while you're up in the communications room, give me a computers check, difficulty 3.
It worked.
All right. So you've basically set you have set Red up using some of your medical supplies on what is effectively a not quite a dialysis pump, but something that's going to basically filter out Red's circulatory system in a way as to get whatever the cocktail of drugs that have been injected into Z out.
Zero.
Okay.
Into Zer out.
All right. This should have killed you. It was enough to knock out a insert name of large animal. Elephant. Horse.
Mudhorn.
Enough to talk.
There we go.
It's enough to kill a tusk cat.
Okay. Something.
That's one you've seen.
There we go.
It's
Yeah,
just
those
that,
ones.
John, I'm gonna briefly commit. It's just the two of us in this room,
Yeah.
and Nereus is currently suppressing. Correct.
Correct. So it
Yes.
just looks like a droid.
Cool.
Mm.
Are you Ronan's?
You have no idea what that means.
Who is Ronan?
No. Then, you don't feel like you're with the Order, or the Order's more. I thought organized. Organized. They're probably still that.
Which order? There are many.
Fair.
How much you know about spice?
Not much.
It can do anything. It's expensive because it's a miracle drug, but one of those things is suppress. I could hear your blades in the fight before.
Suppress force powers.
Duh, yes.
You have force powers.
Gestures to face. Yes. All. I know what I'm doing, but we all do. So
Well,
who are you working for as an organized lightsaber wielding pile? Organized being a stretch. Oh, sorry.
I feel like I need to make some sort of insight kind of check because
Yeah, valid.
Sure,
Cool,
sure.
typically. John, how do I oppose that if I should?
If you want to oppose it, it'll be particularly difficult for you in your current state.
I'm mostly thinking it's a little bit opposed by the fact of the current state,
yeah.
but is not actually being dishonest, just
Yeah.
really inquisitive and demanding.
Yeah. I need.
And I have nobody's fool, so incoming charm quotient or deception is
So
upgraded
it'll be.
one.
We'll say it's a deception check.
Okay.
Upgraded once on the difficulty.
So difficulty 2 for
Whatever that
both of
is.
you. Upgraded once for red.
I was
And I'm-
hoping for coercion, not because I have stats in it, but
I think it's deception because the current physiological status that you are in is potentially deceptive to
Yeah.
Nereis more than
no fair.
anything else.
Cool. There we go. You
All right.
succeed.
So you're getting that this is some sort of force user that belongs to an order or an organization. The only people that really use the term order, other than the Twilight Order, who don't really refer to themselves as to strangers, would be the Jedi Order.
Okay.
So probably a Jedi, probably not a Sith. Miralukans are Republic aligned generally. So
With the long hair, would that indicate that as well to me? I'm assuming.
that length of hair doesn't necessarily mean much. You don't
Okay.
know much.
Well-
You don't know much about Jedi.
okay.
You also don't know much personally about Jedi customs. So
No, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. I avoid them.
somebody who might know more about Jedi customs might know more about that one long hair, but
So Corsair,
People who know the most
probably
about
among
Jedi
this
customs are
party,
Sith smugglers.
The one who would know would be the Sith.
potentially, yeah. Corsarath, by the way, off to your right, that droid is just the top half of the droid is just tink against the side of the ship, and there's a crashed cargo loader.
Yeah. He after a minute, he looks over at the droid on the ground and flips the electrostaff over his shoulder and jams it into its chest.
It's for fun.
All right, Crack, you made that computer roll one die. So you have put out a suppressive signal to the communications of the base. Assuming that nobody goes back to reman the security post that you emptied, it should keep anybody from sending a signal out.
Okay. That's the only thing Crack's been asked to do, right?
Yes.
Okay. Is anybody else in the ship?
Yeah. Nereis and Red are in the med bay, which
And
is
the rest of
on
the
the
slaves
floor
are in the-
below. The rest of the slaves are in the residential area, are in the hold below, being kept an eye on by Ilyana at the moment.
Okay.
You don't know where
Very rigid.
Corsarath or Graz went, or where Avasia is.
What was the room that Graz told Crack to stay out of?
The lab.
Okay. I'm just looking at the map for a second.
It's the one across from Nereis' room.
And that's where Nereis is right now.
Nereis is
No,
in the
Nereis is
med
in the
bay.
med bay, which is adjacent. So I
Yep.
probably would notice. I'm guessing if you went there.
It'd be a perception check because you are dealing with a patient at the moment.
Fair, fair. What's the difficulty?
Well, that depends. I don't know if Crack's going there yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crack will come down, I think, through the sort of poke his head out coming down through the stairs here.
Uh-huh.
And look over, see that the med bay is occupied, and then continue on down and exit the ship.
So you come across Corsarath, who is at the entrance bay.
He was standing guard, basically.
Yep.
Sitting guard at the moment, but
Are there is the forklift still smashed up against the droid?
Yeah, it's like sort of it's a crumpled pile of wreckage
Okay.
off to the side of the entrance.
Of course, Raz has jammed its electrostaff into its chest.
Crack's gonna try to use move to move the forklift off. What's left of the forklift?
Oh
Cargo
yeah.
loader. Sorry.
Go ahead and roll your force die.
No difficulty, right? Just the force die.
Yeah, no difficulty, just the force die.
We don't have any.
Dark
we don't
side.
have any
We
light
don't have
side.
any light side, so
Not the mo-
um,
You can't focus right now. You are
yeah,
your
I'm checked
emotions
out.
are currently roiling, and it's just
I think Crack just goes over and starts pulls out his lightsaber and just hacks the cargo loader up into smaller, more maneuverable bits and pulls them away.
Yep.
And then we'll take what's left of the droid and pull it again.
The
Pull out whatever it's where the droid brain is. Pull that out so there's no possibility anything in this thing could reactivate.
Yep.
And pull it into the ship and put it with the other one that's already in there.
You might find that staff is more your style. It's a bit too cumbersome for me.
Not really my thing. I'll leave it. And he'll just carry the droid inside.
also it was previously, impaling kitties, so that might be a
Yeah.
Little bit of a turn off there.
a little bit of a thing. Really quick before we leave this scene, Red and Nere's, let's finish up that.
Yeah, thanks.
So the last bit was what the
Go
order,
ahead.
right?
Yeah, you're pretty certain probably a Jedi, or was.
Yeah, that's what Neri's learned. The question, if it's helpful,
Mm.
again, was essentially, who do you work for?
Yeah.
But, space.
Not the order I believe you are referring to.
Knew that. Probably guessed that. So, Ronan, the Empire, who?
None of those. The Twilight Order.
Give me a lore check, difficulty 3, Red.
I'm
Why?
grabbing for the anesthetic just in case.
Still holding a gun. And yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like
Holding a
Not
gun.
that Nere's has any
is-
way of knowing this, but can actually see you now.
Holding a gun, also hooked up to like a dialysis machine, so
Yeah.
give or take.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair.
and apparently has taken about 117 doses of ketamine and is still walking. So I'm sure your anesthetic's going to do great.
Listen, gotta try.
Yep.
Red
Fuck, what?
is on
Lore?
that tiger blood. Yes, lore, difficulty 2. Or difficulty 3, yeah. Nope, you've
No.
never heard of the Twilight Order before. You have no idea who they are.
Which cult's that?
It is not a cult. Slightly offended.
Here's like, what would Nimbushuza do? Wait a fuck, this is not a cult.
Or if you may have heard of the what's a cover front
Horizon
thing
Relief
again? It's
Organization.
the
Horizon Relief Network.
Horizon Relief Network.
That you have heard of. They're a relief organization that they are a politically neutral relief organization that goes into war zones. They're kind of the They're the space equivalent of
Red Cross.
the Red
Doctors
Cross
Without
or
Borders,
Doctors Without
probably.
Borders. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, that'd
yep.
be it.
Red Cross is complicated.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Yep.
I was actually thinking like UN, but like
Mm.
UN relief efforts, but things like that, where it's like,
Blue berets.
yeah, more like
Mm.
that.
Okay.
Disaster relief more than just specifically medical stuff.
Correct. Yeah, they have doctors, but it's also like, the Republic and the Empire ravaged this world, and neither one of them are going to fix it. So we're going to come in and help these people recover.
There's definitely some twitch of recognition and fine. Figure out later. All gonna
All going to what?
it's hard to believe they're not still coming and you've been so capable so far. I liked the other one, the dead one, but I always like the dead ones. It's how they're dead.
Processing.
Miri's
Miri's
processed
like,
that.
Drugs.
Yep. Well, hopefully soon we will leave. I am going to leave you now to check on the others. And I depart. And then once I am hopefully out of earshot, I am going to radio communicator Corserath and let him know that I have left. Actually, I should do that. The one with the red hair, I believe, is a former Jedi.
Oh, well, that'll be lovely.
Something about Ronin. I think there may
Ro-
have been planned at some point a rescue mission.
Corserath, you can make a outer rim knowledge check, difficulty 2.
Ask me for every knowledge that I don't have.
Or warfare, that would also be relevant.
I have lore.
And I wouldn't be lore.
Get some warfare.
Make sure this isn't upgrade or anything. Okay, cool. Outer rim. Bam, nothing.
No idea who Ronan is.
But I am leaving to go check on the others. If there are explosions from inside the ship, that is what happened.
I will
In
remember
case, you
that
know,
I might
Red
have
tries
to,
to.
I will remember that I might have to put down a highly drugged Jedi armed with a blaster carbine at some point.
Less drug now.
A less drugged Jedi armed with a blaster carbine at some point.
Less drugged now than before. Meanwhile, Graz and Avasia. So, the two of you have gone, you're going to go meet up with Zilda. Are you going to go the way you were going to go down into the mines previously, or are you going to go to the entrance that he used?
Whichever way Graz wants to go.
One of them will have significantly less guards than the other.
Graz is gonna go the direction we were originally intending to go. Yeah.
All right.
Graz is looking for some murder.
So the two of you go down the cargo loader. About the time scale here. How big the mine is. Okay. So you get to the cargo load area, where you had previously hijacked a cargo loader and then ran it into your ship to effect. Where there is an elevator that would go down.
Mhm.
You get on the elevator. It's this flat, basically. It's like the floor, and there are like 4 pillars around it, but there's not really a roof to it. It's just a platform that goes up and down.
Mhm.
Get on it. Hit the button. Elevator begins to go down. You descend into the spice mine. Spice is a mineral that has been warped and utilized into various effect. It can be liquefied, it can be powderized, it can be used as an additional compound to other things. It is not a miracle drug, but it is a very flexible resource that can be used for a lot of different things. As such, it is a very valuable resource. Kind of like how in electronics, gold is used for a lot of things, which is part of what, at least in the electronics field, is the reason why gold there, like gold leaf, is very expensive in that area. Because it can be used for anything. The side effect, though, is that in its mineral state, it is very dusty. It sort of it crumbles not necessarily very easily, but when it does, it becomes very thick and powdery. So as you descend, your visibility and the air quality goes down. The further down the mines you get, you feel like you can sort of feel this chalky dust getting into your fur gauze, and as you go further and further down, you begin coughing as you get closer and closer to the bottom of this elevator, because the air has become thick with this dust and dirt. You do see hanging on a rack of the elevator some rebreathers and things.
Yep.
You also have some rebreathers in your belt if you would like to use them.
Yes.
Probably on the elevator ride down, Corsair sends a direct comm message to Avazia.
Yes.
Don't let him throw his life away. If it gets too dangerous, get both of you out of there.
That's why I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, the elevator
Be safe.
I will.
to the ground. And weirdly, there are no guards nearby. You see, or sorry, you don't see, you hear the sounds of combat in the distance, but it's very hard to see down here. It's very dark. I think Wookiees have some amount of dark vision. I don't know if
The
Sith
stat
do.
blocks never say.
Yeah. I mean,
No,
like, narratively, I believe they supposedly do, but there's nothing
No,
mechanical.
stat blocks do say, because like Quarren have a thing in their stat blocks that says can see in the dark.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to see, not only because it's dark, but also because there's a cloud of powder all over the place.
Mhm.
But you can hear the sounds of combat off in the distance and occasionally see a flash of light.
Okay.
It sounds like Zilda has made it most of the way through the mine at this point.
Graz will activate both of their weapons just to give us at least a little bit of illuminative glow.
The of the golden saber, and then the slightly more tinny hum of the green lightsaber, or the green chakram saber, as they both roar to life.
Quietly forward, then.
After you.
Do you ignite your lightsaber, Avasia?
Yes, she'll ignite hers as well.
A little bit more red light now. You've got yellow, red, and green. That's an interesting combination.
And yeah, Graz will be going forward fairly cautiously, but trying to make as direct a line to the sound of the fighting as possible.
As you get close, you hear a Wilhelm scream as a security guard's body goes flying into the wall next to you, hits the ground. And you turn and look in the direction, and you see
Graz will literally just bury the saber into the body just to be sure, and while looking to see which direction it came from.
Yeah, you look in the direction that it's coming as you sizzle a hole in this now definitely a corpse. And you see Zilda fighting by himself amidst about 7 or 8 other security guards who are desperately trying to get away from his lightsaber as he slices and dices and makes julienne fries.
Graz is just going to, as quietly as possible, just directly engage and join in the fight.
Let's go ahead and clear this out real quick. We're going to roll some initiative.
Oh, I didn't click out. Let me try that one more time. Boop. There we go.
So the 0-1 needs to get deleted.
Right. So we've got PC, NPC, PC, NPC. I like that rhythm. All right, first PC slot.
Graz will just dive. Yeah, Graz will dive in. Graz usually roars first going into combat. So this is probably the first time that Avazi has seen them actively silent on their approach and just charges in to the first one. Do we need a maneuver to close or no?
No.
Okay. So aim and attack. Diff 2.
You're close enough to get the guy that Zelda kicked into a far wall. You're close enough to
okay.
move in. Yeah, diff 2.
Okay. What are the rules? Do you know the
diff
rules
2
offhand
1
for it?
Diff 2 1 setback. Sorry.
1 setback.
Yeah, diff 2 1 setback. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Do you know offhand the rules for attacking with 2 weapons at the same time?
Yes. When you attack with 2 weapons at the same time, they take on the linked 1 property.
Okay.
You increase the difficulty by 1.
All right.
If they're the same weapon.
Even if they're not.
No, it's actually different if it's 2 different weapons.
Oh, is the difficulty higher?
2 different types.
Weapons?
Well, 2 different skills.
Okay.
no,
so
it's
these are
using the
both
same skill,
lightsabers,
so
it won't.
Yeah.
So it
Okay,
won't.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And then I
Yeah,
attack with my.
If they're 2 different skills, like if you were shooting and attacking, I believe you use
Right.
the skill of the lower one and the attribute of the higher one.
And it's also more difficult.
And it's also 1 difficulty higher.
Gotcha. All right. So this is just going to increase Graz's difficulty by 1.
And it gets the linked 1 property, which means that
And
if
it
you
gets the
get
linked
2
one property.
advantages, you can hit. If you get 2 advantages, you can auto score a second hit with the offhand weapon.
Okay. Oof.
1 setback die, not 2.
Oh, whoops.
Oh wait, your lightsaber's damaged. That's why.
Oh, that's from the lightsaber.
That's
Yep.
from the
Mhm.
lightsaber. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
You
Graz misses
you
and
very quietly come in. You're like
Mhm.
you're like anger focused right now, and you just come in and thing. First NPC tune, Zilda sees you, and as he just sort of casually backhands a blaster bolt away, he walks directly towards you, grabs the back of your head, and headbutts you. You don't take any damage, but you just feel the solid impact of this bone mask, boom, and these angry red eyes looking through the mask at you. If you're angry, use it. Don't let it hold you back. You're going to get 2 bonus die on your next attack.
Okay. I like this guy.
He's a dark side user. Next
Yep.
PC slot.
Vazia will go for the guy that Groz did not get.
All right, so go ahead and move in. A 1 setback die and 2 difficulty.
Okay.
You also miss. Less because you're not angry enough, but more because you just saw Zelda headbutt a Wookiee. And that's startling no matter who you are. People don't usually headbutt Wookiees. All right.
And if they do, they don't usually come back looking like they got the better end of the deal.
No, they don't. All right, these guys are going to try to stab Zelda some more. Four, 2. Fucking, they're not gonna. If they succeed, I'm going to be really fucking.
Typically speaking, Wookiee headbutts you.
Holy shit!
Wow.
They hit.
Look at those guys.
And they crit. These guys just critted Zelda.
It's like your NPCs aren't invincible.
No, they're not.
He's got a shit ton of soak, though.
I mean, yeah, they don't do any damage to him, but they certainly crit him. He's too busy scolding Groz.
Yep. Mm.
Okay, he's a
Groz
setback
could
there.
use that right about now.
All right, next PC slot. Back top of the round.
So, two green. When you said 2 extra dice,
Two
Two
boost die.
boosts.
2 boost die.
2 boost die.
Yeah,
Okay.
2 boost die. 2 blue.
All right. Groz is gonna aim an attack again. Still trying to get the hang of fighting with 2 weapons. And let's see how they do this time, if any better. There we go.
What are you using that triumph for?
Crit.
The indignation of having been headbutt combined, just sort of like it's that you had previously been sort of you have been sort of like keeping a chain on that anger, and for whatever reason that headbutt just click unlocked and full roar swing, you just slice through. Do you want to use it for a crit, or do you want to use it to activate the linked quality of 2 weapon fighting?
Actually, yeah. Let's do the linked quality.
You swing with the lightsaber, dealing 7, 8, 9 damage with the golden greatsaber, and then spin around with
Chakram,
Kitty's
yep.
saber. What's the damage on Kitty's saber?
5.
5. You just spin around and dealing 5 more damage with that. Just taking out 3 people as you swing, and slash.
Awesome.
Zelda's turn. That's what I'm talking about. Stabs. He has a setback die. He has 2 setback die because of their thing. Difficulty 2.
Nice.
I'll see 14 damage. He just points at you. That's what I'm talking about. Reverses his grip on the lightsaber, just brings it up at a guy that was sneaking up behind him to try to stab him. Just brings it up through the chin, back down, slices another guy's head. Next PC slot.
Avazia will go for the next guy.
All right. There's only 3 of them left.
There we go.
There's only 2 of them left.
There's only 2 of them left.
Activate that crit.
Actually,
There's only one of them.
Would you like to activate that crit?
Yes, absolutely.
There's only one of them left. As Avasia just flips between you two, like just goes upside down and spins. So it's like a saw blade of lightsaber just passes between Groz and Zelda and cuts down 2 more security guards. Last guy's turn. He throws down his weapons and puts up his hands.
Oh, that's adorable.
Next PC slot.
Yep, murder.
Now I will warn you, that is definitely going to have
Oh yeah.
morality consequences.
Oh yeah. No, I'm guaranteeing some bad drop here, I'm sure. Is it still same difficulty, or
are you 2 weapon fighting or 1?
Just 1 on this one.
So 2 difficulty, no back die because he's not defending himself.
Okay. Aim and murder. I mean, this would be hilarious for Graz to miss this one. Nope. Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So,
hey, that's a crit.
So, how are you killing him as he has his hands up and
just right at the neck? Just right at the neck.
You take and hands because they're up. So you take his hands and neck off.
Yep.
And they hit the ground. Out of initiative. Zilda gets up. Yeah, comes back up to you. His lightsaber is still lit, just in case, because he has very potentially dangerous training methods. So keep that lightsaber on. Grabs you by the shoulder, leans in, puts the bone mask again right to your face. Take that loss. Take that anger. Take that rage. Fuel. It is the most potent fuel in the galaxy. It will drive you to great things. But do not let it control you. You are the master of your rage. Do not let it master you.
Thank you.
And he lets you go and steps back, disengaging his lightsaber.
Are there any more of them?
He looks around, not in this section of the mines. The others are only accessible through other elevators. I do have a small cadre of slaves behind me, though. I should go let them know it's safe to come up.
We will take them to safety.
Yes.
All 3 of us will. He turns and marches back in the direction he had come from. You follow him, and you see in sort of a hiding just below a ridge, there are a number of various different species, people in very similar outfits to the other slaves. All of their collars are gone, scattered to wherever. And they are all wearing respirators, these very clear plastic masks that have a hose that goes back to a thing on their belt. Similar to what you've got, but more bulky.
Mm-hmm.
Zilda doesn't seem to be wearing any, also doesn't seem to care about all the smoke. He hasn't been coughing or anything. And he sort of just stands on the ridge above them, kneels down. Your freedom is won. Follow us. And he'll just wave at them, and they will follow behind as he turns around, and the 3 of you lead them back towards the elevator. Neres, having left, you were going to try to find Graz and Navasia, right? Or were you just going out to where Corsarath and Crack were?
I was going actually to check on the other group of slaves just to see if anyone was injured, anything that I
is locked so that it can be opened from the inside, for the record.
So they're locked in one of the bedrooms.
Okay.
We'll say just because it's Kismet, they're locked in Kitty's bedroom.
I don't think I would open that then unless I can tell that there are people in there, because I don't Graz wasn't that clear on which room, and so
Graz pointed directly to the lab as you guys were coming up the stairs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't realize.
No, it's okay. Graz is the line that Crack usually responds best to very specific, clear communication.
And the door is already open.
Not wrong.
Because the door is already open because Ilyana is in there with them. Ilyana went in to sort of try to calm them down, and not exactly her wheelhouse, but everyone else was freaking out about things that are predetermined and were always going to happen. So rather than being not helpful there, she's just going to be helpful here.
Fair. Are any of you injured? I can provide medical assistance.
Looking around and just sort of checking, it doesn't seem like any of them are severely injured. None of them were doped up like Red was either.
Okay. All right. Graz, I believe, was talking to Ileana. Graz, I think, was heading toward the mines. Zilda has been notified. Don't remember how much you knew. Things happened fast.
Yes,
Um,
I've been keeping appraised.
I think our friend who walked out when things were still happening was waiting for some Jedi who were supposed to come.
That's very possible, very potential. If a Jedi has been captured, I would assume that they'd want to rescue one of their own. Though it's weird that they
Can you-
hadn't. It's weird that they hadn't yet, considering we know
Can
there's
you
a republic.
tell-
There's a republic base on this. There's a republic presence on this planet.
Can you tell if they are coming?
No, that's not really how it works. I can look into the future and get glimpses of things that probably will happen, but not necessarily in the order they'll happen. Or, for instance, I could see us fighting Republic troops potentially, but it wouldn't tell me that we're going to be fighting Republic troops now or in the next 5 minutes. It could be
Mhm.
sometime within the next 24 hours, or as we saw on EOS, it could be sometime in the next few days.
Yes. Right. Do I know do we have like scanning stuff on the ship to tell like if ships are coming nearby
Yeah.
sooner?
I mean, you have long range scanners on the ship. You
Okay.
can check and see. But
Right. I
Nere's would have noticed during the medical check. This is definitely not like a day's worth of drugs. This is over the course of probably years.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So they may I think the likelihood of the Jedi showing up is low, but
might be better to try to get information out of them once they're done with their. I'm assuming you're detoxing them somehow.
Yes. Right. I'm going to see if Korsrath has heard anything from Zilda. Thank you for watching.
No problem. And she just sort of stares at you like she's expecting you to either leave or say more.
Yeah, I leave. And head out to Korsrath. Crack.
Right approach.
Yeah, you head out to Course. You hear Nereus approaching Korsrath. You also hear the sound of Crack still cutting things up and moving them away. And
I told you I think I had, right? Korsrath? Maybe?
About
Yeah.
the Jedi? Yes.
Yeah. Because it was like, please watch in case the ship.
Drugged Jedi. Not that drugged anymore.
Yeah. So I come out. Avazia followed Graz.
Grog. He's very grog right now, yes. Yes.
You'll refer to me as the Grand Poobah.
That is good.
Presumably, if they make it to Zilda, her and the Archon should be able to keep him from doing anything too stupid.
Yes.
Cut to, okay, I want you to give me your war face.
Or, egg him on a bit.
And if not, they will be dead already, and we cannot help that.
So the comlink buzzes at roughly that point.
Answer the comlink.
All right, we've got about 30 more slaves coming up behind us. I don't know if they're going to fit in your ship.
Do they have another ship on station?
Not yet, but we do have one incoming in the next few days.
Well, sounds like it's being volunteered for cargo duty.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
All right.
You get the feeling he probably takes a little bit too much pleasure in killing Empire people. Just from the way he said that. Like, he said that in the same manner that people would say, like somebody who's addicted to death sticks would say after taking their first death stick in a few days.
I'm listening to a very bad mirror right now.
But yeah, we'll be back up there in a couple ticks.
Right. Of course, Wrath drops the comm link, looks down at his right hand, which is still holding the lightsaber in its reverse grip, and just flips that back forward.
Crack, can you assist me in modifying the areas on the ship that we do have so that we can house them temporarily in case it is a couple of days?
What? Yes,
Please assist me.
sure. What are the areas of the ship that can most easily be modified
I'm thinking like the hangar.
on a temporary basis? Yeah, probably hangar.
Yeah, probably that. You could hard seal the hangar bay doors so that they can't be opened accidentally or intentionally. And like sort of lock that down. Probably move some of the. You could probably move some of the excess bedding that's in the living quarter areas into there for just like sort of communal resting areas. Could probably take some of the chairs and tables out of the lounge and put it in there too, just to make it a bit bigger, more of a comforting space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Crack will just sort of start going through the motions of solving these minimal problems as efficiently as possible.
That'll take you a little while to do, longer than it will take the others to get back to the ship.
John, as that's happening, in the med bay, I'm gonna do my best to take whatever might be loose or multi-purpose and start trying to repurpose it into sensors for blind species flying purposes.
Give me a.
I know that's a bad idea. I'm not in my right mind right now.
Yeah, no. We're gonna give me a. Give me a survival check
Fair.
with a setback die.
What difficulty?
Difficulty 2.
Okay. It's the same roll, but survival, not mechanics.
Yeah, survival, because you're scrounging for parts first.
Fail.
All right. So Nereis, as you're heading up to help Crack sort things out, you look over and see Red very carefully trying to take apart the dialysis machine.
I need to assist my patient. Excuse me.
Like in that I'm drunk and can barely stand, but I am going to do this complicated task mannerisms.
That is not a good idea.
Nothing is. I need to be able to fly out of here.
Others can fly the ship. There is more
Don't
than
trust that. You crashed something.
There was an explosion from a grenade. That was not a crash.
I know crashes. There was 2 explosions.
We did crash the
Nereis,
power
you're
loader.
suddenly remembering Crack ramming the ship with the cargo loader.
That was a vehicle being driven into the ship.
You might be able to fly, but I'm good at it with the proper Just
Not in that state, you aren't.
I can manage in this state. They wouldn't have kept me around if I couldn't. I wouldn't be around if I couldn't.
A much better pilot when I'm drunk.
That's how death sticks work, not spice, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's fair.
Hmm. Possibly. But right now, I am trying to heal you so that you can be better at your flying. Please sit down. You feel better than when I started, correct?
I feel like my blood's been rinsed through my system, but I understand that that will in the long term help.
Yes, it will.
Dialysis does not make you feel better while you're having it.
No.
I'm assuming that this is the same principle.
Yeah, no, you still have a couple of hours before you can be unhooked from it.
Yeah.
We are going to be fighting a Sith Empire ship that is coming here in 1 to 2 days. If you want to be able to help with that, which I assume based on your condition and your statements about where you come from, who you were waiting for, you would be happy to do. I
Wasn't
think
waiting for anyone.
no, you were not waiting. You were biding your time.
No one was coming. What?
Yes. You will be able
You're
to
doing
kill
this
them.
on purpose. I know.
I think at this point,
Never mind.
Wrath comes to check out what the commotion is.
Is there anyone else I can talk to other than
You look past the droid and see a Sith.
I don't actually.
Oh, do you not have
I turned
you-
that back
you
off?
turned it back off?
No, I
Okay.
just flickered it on for
Okay.
that one thing.
Okay, cool.
You can talk to me.
You hear
if you
another
want
person.
A more firm answer.
Great. Sits back down. Who are you?
My
Why
name
is the relief organization cutting down slavers with lightsabers?
My name is Corsarath,
Be-
and that is a question you can ask when you are no longer mentally impaired.
Again, force impaired, exhausted, not actually mentally impaired.
Exhaustion is a form of mental impairment, and if you don't sit down and let the medic treat you, I will save them a lot of time and kill you myself.
I am Nereis. And the answer to why a relief organization is cutting down slavers is because it is a front for the Twilight Order.
Huh.
Yes, just tell the former Jedi exactly how we work, Nereis.
There are 2 of us.
There are. You're just going
And-
to make us have to kill them at that point, though.
Possibly. But I think answers are also useful when you are scared and confused and not sure what is going on. I have experience.
Not technically a Jedi.
What are you then?
Corsarath.
Take your pick.
Corsarath, make me a lore check. Difficulty 2.
What word did you say,
I
Aaron?
may now take your pick. But that sentence did have a second half that may preempt what Corsarath's going to learn, but go ahead, John.
Yeah. Now that you're taking a moment to actually be here and look at this individual, first of all, this person has been a slave for a long time. Just based on the wildness of the hair and the outfit and everything else. Secondly, that bit of longer hair is in the same place that Jedi Padawan have their little training braid.
Second half of that sentence was, knights are Jedi, masters are Jedi, Padawans that are moving up aren't Jedi. I was before they betrayed me, I think.
Yes, well, it seems that the two great orders are very fond of betrayal in one sense or another. One likes to think they're above it, the other one embraces it, but they both revel in it.
Oh. You too?
Was yours family?
Closest thing I had.
Biological in my case.
Hmm.
We are going to free the rest of the people here and then cut down the Empire ship when it comes. And then we are planning to return to a base of the Twilight Order. Would you like to come with?
Sure. Might be. I'm doing a lot better now than I've been doing a long time. So I
Is your
can actually
lightsaber on station?
make this clear. I'll help you, but if you're hurt, I don't really care where you fall in the conflicts or the Force itself. But if you hurt the others, I'm gonna kill you. I'll be able to do it now, too.
You'll be able to try, but we're actively releasing them. Is your lightsaber on station?
Maybe.
I would expect it might be a trophy
That would make sense.
or long destroyed. We will see what we can do.
And
Crack.
contact Hilda.
Crack will be able to build something.
Contact Zilda on comms.
If you want help, the most help I can give is flying. I can shoot things. If you find my lightsaber, it can kill them up close. But I'm a good pilot.
So Porcerath, you reach out. The comm. There is a parade of people coming through one of the corridors when led by Graz, Vasia, and Zilda when the comm goes off. Graz, how you doing? Coming back with 30 some odd people behind you.
Still pretty quiet, but actually thinking now.
Cool. So the comm goes off. Zilda picks it up. Yep.
If you're on your way back, see if you can stop by the security office and see if they have detained a Jedi's lightsaber.
Ooh, that's interesting. Got any details?
What was your lightsaber like? What color was it?
There's a long sigh. I am blind. The blade is in theory blue, the hilt is black. If you or contacts familiar with temple guards, it's a temple guard blade.
You're looking for a black temple guard blade with a blue lightsaber. Maybe the wielder is Miraluka, so colors could be different.
Cool. Yeah, sure. I'll go check that out.
As I pull my first toff of the game, yes, I'm going to keep doing.
Zilda looks back at the two of you. Get them to the ship. I'm going to go detour. Apparently, we have a Jedi on the ship.
Still not actually a Jedi.
Very well.
All right.
Weirdly, he says the word Jedi in the same kind of almost giddy anticipatory way that he said Sith earlier.
Ooh, we're gonna meet one of the special people.
and he cuts away down a different corridor. But Graz and Vasya, the two of you get the slaves that you have in your care back to the ship. Crack, you're
Is Crack still outside taking a loader apart or no?
No, Crack
No,
is
he's
in the
moving
hangar.
stuff.
Yeah.
He's retrofitting the ship so that there's more space.
Yep.
He is, other than the grunts that he's made in response to stuff, he is not talking.
Yep.
Which is weird because he, even when he's by himself, he talks to himself or his droids. He's not doing that at all.
The crab droids are sort of circling around Crack with like that sort of like we are concerned but cannot do attitude. It's like
Oh, emotional support droids.
My sweet crabbing boys.
But they're also helping reconfigure things, carrying tools, carrying screws and bolts, and scavenging whatever falls down to the ground. But you get back. Crack's working there. Red is in the med bay with Corsorath and Neres. And that is where we are going to end for the week. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.